viewers, subscribers, and friends, welcome to my channel. It is 65 degrees, 35% humidity. It rained hard last night, all night. The hard work my son and I did 2 days ago, we filled this all the way up with dirt all the way to there, and it is all washed out again. My son woke up this morning and was telling me his back was sore because of all the digging he did. As you can see, once he removed this barricade there, that the water meters never get washed out again. Even though the river does run, it doesn't back up to where it's so full that you can see it didn't even cover here where my son was digging to get the dirt out to fill that hole. There's the black sand, more black sand. Somebody asked me if I ever checked that for gold, and yeah, I've checked it many times. There's no gold. I used to sell that black sand on eBay though, but it didn't fill up the whole river. That's one good thing. So that barricade, removing it, was a good idea, although it looks like garbage everywhere here, but at least the barricade's gone. I'm gonna have to get my son to come out here and fill this hole in again. Time to go do a hike. Alright, this is the second place I came to. Because so much rain, everything is muddy, water everywhere, so I came over here to see what this trail's like. Go hike on it for a little bit here. Check out, I haven't been over in this area in a while. Whew. So, as like the title of the video says, it's the Keto Lifestyle for you. And I've been trying it for a while. I just finished eating lunch myself. And I am full. I haven't eaten since, I'm intermittent fasting also. I haven't eaten since 6 o'clock last night, anything. I don't eat breakfast in the morning. I don't eat until noon. And I ate about 11:45 this afternoon, or this morning I should say. And because I actually felt hungry. I don't snack at all. The keto, I'm not 100% keto, but I am doing the intermittent fasting. I am diligent. Is that the word I'm looking for? Diligent? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. I am determined. Is that what the? No, not determined. Strong-willed. Maybe that's the word. I don't know. The ground is so soft around here. I stick to the intermittent fasting like glue. I do not cheat. I do not snack. I do not eat junk food. Although I do eat, my wife did make me a keto chocolate cake, as you've seen in the video. It was delicious, and that's keto friendly. And it's amazing because I can eat that chocolate keto cake and my sugar will not even raise up, not one bit. And that's what's amazing about this keto eating or keto lifestyle. This thing looks like it's about to fall over. That's an awesome saguaro. So my wife definitely will not and cannot do the keto dieting because she loves carbs. She loves her bread. She's always baking her bread. Even though I will say this, she's really trying to get stuff that's keto friendly for me and for the kids. And my daughter's pretty easy. I mean, my daughter loves to eat healthy. My son, he's trying, but he's not really into it. I mean, he likes snacking. He gets on his computer with his friends and everything, and he likes snacking. Even though I try to talk to him and tell him, listen, I'm your future. You know, if I had somebody tell me when I was your age that you're going to be diabetic when you turn 50, I would have definitely changed my eating habits. Right? So, you know, my wife has people in her family that are diabetic. My mom found out that she has diabetes, and I'm diabetic, so, you know, his chances of becoming diabetic, or just anybody in general, eating carbs and sugar, your chances of becoming diabetic is very high. Just cleaned my car inside and out, and I'm sinking into this really soft mud, dirt, sand, whatever you want to call it. It's really hard to see the trail. There it is. So, better get my car all dirty again. That lasted for about 2 days being clean. Look at all this black sand though. See this? Now people say wherever there's black sand there's gold, and that's not necessarily true. Because I get about this amount of black sand in my river behind my house. And like I said, I've panned it many times. Because you see these videos on YouTube where people are panning for gold, and my wife's like, you know that's fake, right? And it's like I tell her with the American Idol and everything like that. She tells me about it. And then she found a video where a guy says, yeah, he does fake his gold finds in his videos for the views. And I stopped watching people hunting for gold on YouTube ever since. That was about 6 months ago. Maybe longer than that, probably 8 months ago. I was like, no, don't tell me it's not so. Kind of like when you find out professional wrestling is fake, right? Oh, I think I just ruined it for everybody. So I just had lunch, and what I had for lunch was a bunch of chopped up onions, chopped up mushrooms, a green pepper, cilantro, some garlic, 4 eggs, and 5 strips of bacon. Organic bacon. And I blended it up and made an omelet out of it. And I had that with my keto bread with organic peanut butter. Oh my goodness, this peanut butter that I got at Sprouts, it only has 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar. And it's the kind with the oil. You have to stir it, mix it. Oh, it's so delicious. That one of my kids has been eating on it, even though both of them said they don't like it. Somebody else other than me is eating my peanut butter, because I went to go put it on my keto bread that my wife made me, and it's almost gone. I had just enough just to make it on 1 slice. But yeah, the keto lifestyle. I never knew anything about it until the last month. Like, I've been doing intermittent fasting. By the time you see this video, I've been on it a month, almost 4 weeks now. And like I said, I don't eat anything after 6 p.m. at night, and I don't eat anything till 12 o'clock the next day. And I always do some kind of exercise right after I eat. Now, I walked my dogs this morning, and I didn't do any hiking this morning because I had to work, and I finished work. I went home at 8. Now I'm going to get out and come out here and do my hike. Like I said, it's in the afternoon now. It's 65 degrees. It's a nice cool breeze going. So, I feel full, but I don't feel bloated. And I don't ever feel hungry. Even when it comes around 6 o'clock at night, I do not even feel hungry. Even though my wife's like, hey, you ready to eat? I'm like, what time is it? She's like, 6 o'clock. And I'm like, I guess, go ahead and make me something to eat. I'm not even hungry, really. The first 2 days, I will admit this, it was hard. It was hard to go from 6 p.m. until 12 o'clock, you know, but, you know, it's pretty easy now because I'm not even hungry. The foods that you eat when you're doing keto is high in fat food, extremely low in carbs. And I will say this, when I started, I was 207. Right? Even though my wife said I was 210, I was 207, and I'm back down to 195, and I've been on it a month, and I haven't swayed at all. I don't drink coffee, I don't drink tea, I don't snack, I don't drink alcohol, I don't drink beer or any kind of alcohol, I don't do drugs, and I'm not on any kind of medication for my diabetes. 4.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes, but I've been watching this Dr. Berg, and he was saying that some people can have symptoms for 10, 15 years before they get diagnosed with something. And it's true, because when I turned 40, I was having problems, but didn't know what it was. And I went to the doctor and got a full physical and everything, and I was having pain in my left side, really bad pain in my left side. And the doctor told me, well, there's nothing there that would cause pain. And the pain that I'm talking about, it It's like when you run for a really, really long time and your side hurts, and then you push yourself to run more, and then your side hurts even more to where it makes you stop. That's the kind of pain I was having. I just turned 40, and he gave me a complete full physical, which is a beautiful hawk flying around there. I will tell everyone, it's like being raped. That's the feeling I felt like when I got done. I felt like I just got raped. Because they do it, they check your prostate, everything, and I hate it, and I will never do it again. I'll tell you that. That bird, he's just been dive bombing on it. It's a hawk because he flew over my head. But they didn't know what was wrong with me then, and I never got a diagnosis. But then now, today, now that when I turned 50, just before I turned 50, I was diagnosed with diabetes. So, but you know, diabetes and hypertension, high blood pressure, but neither one of them bother me now because I've changed my eating habits and exercise even more now. Without any medication whatsoever, or prescription medication or anything like that. Well, none of the barrel cactuses are blooming. I don't see that bush out here. I don't think it's from Arizona. It's the Texas Ranger bush where it blooms multiple times like purple flowers. I've been seeing it everywhere. Something just moved right over here. Oh, it's a little bitty lizard. Little tiny lizard. So what happened was, after I went to another place and they tested my sugar, my blood. They told me I have a low T count with testosterone. I've been taking, since I was 40 years old, I've been taking Tribulus, which is a natural, it's a plant that will boost your testosterone. And the 10 minutes after I took that Tribulus for the very first time, the pain went away in my left side of my stomach. Just kind of like right under the bottom of your ribs. And I didn't think anything about it. I've been taking it ever since. I take it every day. Take one every day. And here we are now. I'm 54 years old and been dealing with diabetes for what, a little 4.5 years. You know, I find out that people with diabetes, because your pancreas isn't working correctly, and your pancreas controls hormones and your insulin and controls a lot of stuff. And what do you know? Where your pancreas is? Exactly where I was having the pain when I was 40 years old, and the doctor told me there's absolutely nothing there that would cause pain. So that tells you that doctors don't know what they're talking about, right? Because if I knew anything about diabetes back then, you know, I would have changed my eating habits back then, and I probably wouldn't be dealing with diabetes today. Because just the drastic changes that I've done in my life with diabetes, I've dropped my blood sugar and my blood pressure. My blood pressure I dropped 3 years ago. I haven't had any problems with high blood pressure or hypertension 3.5 years now, just by changing my diet. And my diabetes, I would say, it took me about 1.5 years to get my diabetes, because I was kind of hard-headed. I wasn't giving up carbs. I wasn't giving, because I didn't really know about carbs back then. I wasn't giving up bread and pizza and candy bars, you know, because like I said, I didn't know anything about carbs. It wasn't until I say about 2.5 years into being a diabetic that I realized that carbs are just another word for sugar. And I learned later that carbs are processed sugar. Come from processed foods, chips, fast foods. And even then when I learned that, it's like, all right, I just cut back on my carbs. I still, every now and then, was still hitting up the fast food joints, fast food places and stuff. And, you know, I understand where people, when you get diabetes and it's really hard, you're taking your prescription medication, and the doctor gives you, over your course of how many years you have it, I talked to one person, I've been on 10 different medications and nothing's worked. Well, have you changed the way you eat? No, I'm not giving up anything. I'm drinking beer and drinking. Well, you know, you have to want it. And I didn't want the pain anymore. I didn't want the pain that was coming from my side when I turned 40. And I found out Tribulus took away the pain, and once the pain was gone, I kind of forgot about it and just continued taking the Tribulus. I didn't know that connected with my diabetes, which was probably an early sign of diabetes back then when I was 40 years old. You know, and it does, you know, you go up and down, you eat good, you eat bad, you eat good, you eat bad, but I have been eating good for, let's see, I would say 2 years now. I've been eating really good. I don't even go to the fast foods anymore. I don't eat any kind of junk food. I don't eat bread at all unless my wife makes keto bread, which is, you know, I like it and my son likes it. My daughter can't stand the way it tastes. But, you know, it's a custom thing. I'm not a big bread eater anymore, so even the keto bread I don't eat that much of. There's a lot of gnats out here. Even for being 65 degrees, it gets warm when you're hiking. I'm hiking at a pretty fast pace. I'm at my turnaround point. I've been walking for 25 minutes now, so I'm going to turn around and walk back. But look at these clouds. Awesome, right? This is some weird weather we're having in Arizona. Like I said, 35% humidity. I don't ever remember Arizona being this humid. And I get people that are new, watch my videos, like, oh, you come to the East Coast, you wouldn't be able to handle the friggin' humidity. Yeah, I know all about humidity. I lived in Florida for 25 years, right? I know what humid weather is. And you think you live on the East Coast, you know what humid weather is? Go to Indonesia. I lived in Indonesia for 3 years. And the humidity in Indonesia, rainforest jungle, is freaking 50 times worse than the humidity in Florida. So, I mean, you would have to carry a towel around with you because you've just been dripping with freaking sweat. I mean, just pouring off of me when I lived in Indonesia. But, yeah, but when you're here in the desert, the reason it's a desert because it's a dry climate and it's dry and everything dies because it's dry. Well, we've been getting some weird weather with the humidity and the rain, and this type of year, it's not supposed to be this cold already. I woke up this morning, it was 45 degrees this morning when I got up. It was cold, man. I had turned the heater on my car first time this year so far, just take my kids to school. So it's cold. But to get back to the keto diet, when I first started exercising, I used to be 289 pounds. Way before I found out I was diabetic. But the reason I started exercising because my grandson asked me why I was so fat, and I was kind of blind to the pictures that I had taken myself. And I started when I went back to Florida. They came out to visit, and it was the summer of spring of 2012, February. When they left, I started, you know, looking at the pictures, and I saw how fat I was. And I've done videos on this before. I showed pictures how fat I was. 289 pounds. I got 3 times the size t-shirt still, 54-inch waist pants that I still have, I haven't thrown out. And I started exercising, and I was working with weights, I was working with rubber bands, I was running, and I almost gave up the first week because my shins hurt so bad. I told my wife, I can't do this. My shins are killing me. Extreme pain, shin splints, extreme pain, my butt hurt in the morning. And my wife was like, well, you don't want to do it, just, you know, don't do it. I don't care if you're fat. And when she said that to me, it just kept ringing in my ears. I don't care that you're fat. I don't care that you're fat. And that motivated me to keep walking. Well, I got all the way down to 165 pounds. It took me a year. And we went to Florida. Well, I should say it took less than a year because I started in February and we went to Florida for Christmas, December 2012. When I showed up at my daughter's house in Florida for Christmas, she didn't recognize us at the airport because I had dropped so much weight. I got all the way down to 165 pounds. But even then, my daughter's like, oh my God, Dad, you got cancer? You look sick. Your face, you know, because they're all so used to seeing me so fat that being skinny just freaked them out. And even my wife said, yeah, I kept telling him he needs to put on some more weight because he's too skinny now. So when we got back, started eating hamburgers and pizzas and stuff, and I put on some weight, and I got up to 190 pounds. And my wife's like, oh, I like you at this weight. So I kept it for a while at 190, and I don't know what happened. My wife started making bread. I started drinking fruit drinks that I would blend fresh fruits up, and oh man, I blew up and got up to, She says 210 because I've weighed myself. She saw it, but I don't know. I saw 207, so I'm going with what I saw. But I'm back down to my weight now. But I want to get down to like 185. That's my goal. So I'm sticking to this intermittent fasting because it's pretty easy. I'm not hungry at all. Like I said, I eat a high-fat diet and extremely low carb and no sugar diet. You know, I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of freaking bacon, a lot of beef with fat in it, and pork. I don't care what anybody says about pork. People say, oh, you shouldn't eat pork, it's bad for you. You know what? Pork controls your blood sugar perfectly, right? Even though my blood sugar has been really, really good, it hasn't gone over, I say 117. Now, if you want to lose weight, even if you're not a diabetic, you should monitor your blood sugar, because I watch a lot of this Dr. Berg. He's got a YouTube channel, Dr. Berg, on YouTube. And he says in order to lose weight, whether you're diabetic or non-diabetic, you need to keep your blood sugars down to 100 or below. And now, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, the doctor told me normal blood sugar is 110, which isn't true. Dr. Berg says it's 100. And I've been keeping my blood sugar, I kept it for 1 week, I kept it 85 to 90 for one whole week. You know, but I was getting lightheaded. When I get down to 85, I get lightheaded. But I slowly, you know, I did it for 1 week, and I've slowly worked up a resistance to where if I keep it 85 to 90, I feel good now. I feel pretty energetic. You know, I got my body down to it. And I'm not telling that for everybody to go right out and do that, because I'm just telling you my experience, all right? This is my experience of what I'm doing with no subscription medication, with no pills or anything. This is all just exercising and eating right, what I'm doing for my health. And I've even found out that because I'm having a high-fat, low-carb, no-sugar diet now and exercising, that I don't even take the Tribulus every day. I take it maybe once a week. So I'm seeing positive changes in my life. And like I said, I'm dropping weight. The only bad thing about losing weight is my pants are about to fall down. I got my belt as tight as I can. You know, I got my buy drink in my back pocket. That's falling down. You know, and I refuse to go buy more new clothes because I just want to keep the big clothes to remind me how big that I've gotten. So that's what's been going on with me. And the keto, like I said, the keto diet isn't for everybody. I'm not 100% keto. I don't eat all the foods that people eat in keto, but I do eat a high-fat, low-carb, no-sugar diet. And like I said, carbs are bad for you, whether you're diabetic or non-diabetic. It's been about 20 minutes since the last time I recorded anything. I wanted to get in a really fast walk. And I'm almost back to my car. So what I'm trying to say is this, you know, maybe the keto diet isn't for everybody, but definitely I can't stress enough to cut out the carbs and the sugar, processed sugar, all sugar really. If you're going to use it, use erythritol or some stevia. If you can't get rid of sugar completely, stop the caffeine. Caffeine is making your adrenaline's just overworked and causing you to be even more tired, you know. And the bread, cut out the bread. I don't force my family to eat what I eat. I'm doing it for myself. Just like if you're watching this video, you know, if you're going to do something, do it for yourself. Don't wait till the last minute to where you're at that doctor and the doctor's saying, well, you got cancer, you know, or you're diabetic, or you're type 1 or you're type 2 diabetic, or you got AIDS. Or don't wait till you get diagnosed with something. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today is what I'm trying to say, you know. I'm doing this for me, and I document this story for me so I can always go back and listen. I do watch my own videos. I like watching my own videos because I'm too busy filming and talking when I'm making these videos that when I go back a month, 2 months, and I rewatch the video, I say, wow, check out this scenery, it's so beautiful. You know, that's why I make these videos, because I just want to show you just how beautiful the desert is, and I want to be around for a long time to continue to experience not only the beauty of the desert, but the beauty of my family growing up. You know, I want to be better health, and I'm doing successful. So the next step that what I'm doing now, because I control my sugar so well and my diabetes so well, that it's not just my pancreas that was sick that, you know, is causing me with my low T or low testosterone, or my blood pressure or diabetes or stuff, hormones and stuff like that. The liver, all your organs work together as one. So if one is messed up, that means they are all messed up. And the biggest organ you have in your body that filters everything is your liver. Alright? So if I'm a diabetic and my pancreas is messed up because I'm diabetic, I'm insulin resistant, my liver's got to be freaking a fatty liver. It's got to be something wrong with it. So I've been working on drinking nettle tea a lot without sugar or any kind of sweetener, and I'm taking milk thistle for my liver, to try to heal my liver, because your liver, according to Dr. Berg, says is the only organ that can regenerate itself 100%, and it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, and losing weight is not going to happen overnight either. When I started exercising in February 2012 from 289 pounds and I got down to 165, I was working my butt off every single day, all throughout the day. I don't watch TV, so I had a lot of time to just do exercising and stuff like that. So if anything, if you're thinking about a weight loss program, or if you're thinking about eating healthy and you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I ain't got the money to go out and buy this type of food, just stop eating the crap that you're putting in your body. You are what you eat, right? Your body is the temple, right? Most people, they have a nice car, they'll put the best gas and best oil in their car, but then they'll turn around and put the most worst stuff in their body, right? So I'm back to my car. That's going to be my video today. These clouds are beautiful. I can feel the chill in the air now because I've been sweating. I got the wind blowing on me. So if you like these kind of videos, smash the like button. If you didn't know anything about keto, like I didn't know nothing about keto, you know, until the last couple of months, go research it yourself, and you can do it. You just gotta want it. Thanks for taking the time to watch my videos.
Shush!